What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Today, I am going to give you the ultimate secret that I wish somebody would have told me earlier. Now, I learned this in 2018 and I've been able to use this method of building capital, and I started with zero, literally started with no money, found this, and I started to build Airbnb, Turo, my mentorship program, my marketing company. I started so many different businesses by having the capital where I didn't have to go into my bank account. I didn't have to get a credit card. I didn't have to take out a loan. It was something I started with $0, and I was able to make $30,000 my first time doing this. And I did it in less than 30 days. So today I want to be able to just break it down step by step, show you how to do it. And I don't want you to rule yourself out. I don't want you to think you can't do this because you don't know, you've never done it, you don't have the skill set, you don't have a degree, you don't have any of that. It doesn't matter. You can start this today with no knowledge and no money up front. Now, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. If you wanna hop on a discovery call after you watch the video and you may have some more questions or you wanna get some more answers, it's absolutely free. You click the link below, you go to my calendar, you book a time, and we'll speak on the phone. You can ask me questions or whatever the case may be, but I want you to watch the video in its entirety. And I want you to be able to understand how simple this is. And if you ever wanted capital, if you ever just wanted to change your life, an extra $10,000, $20,000, this video is for you. You are in the right place at the right time. I'm gonna make it super simple. And I wanna hear about all the success that you had after watching this video. But let's go ahead and get into it. Now, this method is called the middleman method. It's simply wholesale real estate. It's the art of finding a seller, you getting a profit, you finding a buyer, and that's as simple as I can keep it. But I'm gonna break this down before we really get into the whole example. Now, we're looking like this, right? We find a motivated seller at 50,000, right? We find a motivated seller at 50,000, and we wanna make $20,000 in profit. So we're gonna add our 20. That's $70,000. So we need to find an end buyer to pay us $70,000. So that's what we're going to market this at. We're going to get our seller to agree at 50. We want 20. We're going to find somebody to buy this property at 70K. You're not paying anything. You're literally taking this agreement and finding another person to pay for it, and you're taking the profit, which is called an assignment fee, okay? So your assignment fee is $20,000. Now, how you're able to do this without having a license is because we're not selling the property, we're assigning the contract, all right? Now, once we find our end buyer, the end buyer is going to want to know, okay, why would I buy this property at $70,000? Now, this is the part you're probably asking yourself, why would somebody buy the ugly house, the abandoned house, the fire burned down house? Because again, we're not looking for the pretty homes. We want the ugly homes. Now, the reason for our buyer to buy this at 70 is because they've already done the research that the houses in the area are selling at $150,000 fixed up, ready to go, right? These are the houses you see on the MLS. These are the houses that the realtors sell, the pretty house, okay? Those are selling at $150 in the same area, but they need work. The buyer is going to come in, they're going to assess the property and see how much it's going to cost to get this property up and going, right? So let's say they assess it at $20,000, right? It's going to cost $20,000 to get this from an ugly house to a pretty house. So $20,000 is what it's going to cost. Now, they've already spent $70 to buy the home, and they're going to spend an additional $20 to fix the home. So they are all in at $90K. And they know they can sell it at $150K. So if we subtract the $150, that's going to put it at a $60,000 profit for our end buyer. Now, everybody's happy. The seller got 50, you made 20, the end buyer made 60K. Everybody made money in this situation, and all we're doing is playing the middleman on the transaction. You're not buying the home, you're not spending any money, you're not doing any repairs, you're literally playing the middleman in the situation. And you're going to make a profit for doing the work, right? You called the seller, you found the buyer, you've done your numbers, you're getting paid the $20,000 commission because you found the work. And the end buyer is making the 60K because they did the work. All right. So now that you have a basic understanding of what it is that we're doing, I want to go show you a real life example to how you're going to make this capital with absolutely $0 up front. The site that we're going to be using is going to be Zillow.com. Zillow.com is this site right here. What you're going to do is you're going to go and put in a zip code, a city, a state. So let's just do Orange, Texas. Okay. I'm going to use this. You can use wherever you want. I'm doing this for the sake of training. Okay. What I want to do is I want to go to for sale. I want to go up to 100K. Beds, baths, don't really matter. Home type, I like to stay on houses. You're gonna go here. This is gonna bring up the homes. Now, what I told you guys, we want the ugly house. We wanted there to be repairs. We want there to be a little work that has to be done. The reason for this is because two things. Either the owner doesn't have the money to fix the property, or they don't have the desire to fix the property, okay? So that's why we're looking for the ugly homes. Now, let's just find an ugly home on here. And I don't want you to think like, who's gonna buy that? Again, the flippers. Flippers are who buy these homes, okay? So you see right here, it says price cut 5,000. They just dropped the price on this property June the 5th down to 93. So that means the property probably wasn't selling. That's probably why. So this one's been on the market for 58 days. I like this. It looks pretty ugly. It's 45,000 to 2-bed, 1-bath. I don't care about any of that. Here are the pictures inside. We know this house is going to need some work. We know that it's going to need some repairs, but it's worth something. Okay. It's in a neighborhood where there's property. It just probably needs to be worked on. All right, cool. So we have this property. This is the address right here. This is the asking price right here, 45, right? The address, we're going to take the address and we're going to go do some research to find out who the owner is. Now, guys, you can do this on Zillow. So this is called virtual wholesaling. You don't have to do it in the city or state that you're in. You don't have to get in the car. You can do this on your lunch break. You can do this whenever you choose to do. Okay. So we know they want 45,000. So we're going to go to another site. It's called PropStream. Now, PropStream costs $97, but I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to get it for absolutely free for 7 days. Now, you can use this for 7 days and go crazy. So click the link. You're going to get it for free for 7 days. We're going to take this address and we're going to put it in this bar right here. It's going to pull up. This is the address right here. We're going to open it. Now, I want you to see this. This is the owner's name. Owner's name, Rita Laverne Gonzalez. Again, this is all public information, so nothing sneaky, nothing hidden. It's all public information, okay? So we're going to work our way through this list. It said the estimated value on this property is $80,000. This is the estimated number, okay? Estimated number. There's 3 properties that have sold in the area, but the average sale price is only $27,000. So if we come into the comparable nearbys, we can come and see how comparable it really is. So we know that our property is here, right? So they sold this one at 12, this one sold at 2,500, this one sold at 66, 60, and 60, okay? So we know these are the properties that have sold. It's only averaging around 27 is what they're saying average, but we know we have one that's at 66. So even if we took the 66, the square foot is set 910, ours is 864. The lot size is 75, ours is 67. So it's kind of comparable, but it's not. But for the sake of training, we're gonna use the numbers that are here. Okay, so they're going off of 80, but we know that the highest that's sold in the area has only been about 66. Now we know that their asking price is 45. Cool, no problem, right? So we know that the asking price is 45,000, right? We know that the highest that has been sold is 66,000. So we know there's $21,000 in between the middle of this to make some money. 21,000 is what we have. All right. So we have to know, again, how much is it going to cost to do the repairs? Now, we're not a contractor. We don't know these things. So we're just going to take an estimate, guesstimate. Okay. So let's just say 20,000 is what it's going to cost to fix this place. It's going to need some work, you know, these old panels, and it needs some flooring and things like that. Right now, we're going to estimate at 20,000 again, whatever. Okay, so 20,000 to fix it up. So there's only 21,000 of profit in between the two numbers. So if it's going to take 20,000 to fix, there's only $1,000 left of profit. So an end buyer wouldn't touch this property. Okay, because there's no money to be made and you haven't even added your assignment fee or anything onto it. So you would have to get this seller to drop the price. So now if we get this seller to drop price and we can go in and show them why they're dropping price, right? Because we know that the average sale is about 27. The most comparable to their property sold for about 12.2. This one 25, which is probably something else. So 66 over here, which is not comparable, 60 here. So these are the numbers, right? So we know that. So we would have to get this seller to maybe drop to around 20,000. If we can get the seller to drop to 20,000, and then we add our 10 on there, we're at 30,000. We're at 30,000. It's going to take the buyer to put about 20,000 in work. That puts it at about 50. And then if they can get it sold for about 66, they can make about 16,000. Now, some buyers will take that. Some buyers will say, okay, that works for me. I like that. They'll take it, no problem. You just have to know kind of what's going on in the area. But those are the numbers, okay? That's what that looks like. So let's say we want to call this seller and get on the phone with her. We're going to take this, copy it. We're going to go to truepeoplesearch.com. We're going to do a reverse address. We're going to take this. I'm going to switch this over. We're going to go right here. Oh, it took the whole thing. Oh, there we go. And then we're going to look for the name, right? Laverne M. Gonzalez. I think it was Rita was her name. Let's go back to make sure it's confirmed. Let's see. I think it was Rita Gonzalez. Yeah, right here, Rita Gonzalez. So we know we have a name here that kind of matches, and it's in the same area, but that may or may not be the person. We can keep searching, go to the next page, just keep looking. And all this is public information, guys. You don't have to feel scared or nervous or like you're doing something wrong. This is all public information. So we're going to just go through the list until we find it. I didn't find an exact match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the one that looked close and see if it's connected to any of the addresses that are on file for her. All right. So it was right here. A few details. And let's just see right here. The name popped up. So here's an address. Here's a phone number. These are the phone numbers. We're going to call her. Hello, Mrs. Gonzalez. My name is Rhonda. I'm calling about your property at 2320 3rd Street in Orange. I know that you have it listed on Zillow, but by chance, are you interested in an offer? If I can give you an offer outside of your 45,000? Oh no, Rhonda, I want 45,000. And then you start hitting her with this information. You let her know about the prices in the area, what's sold, what hasn't sold, all of those things. You go back and you give her the details on why this 45 isn't going to work for you. Right? So once you do that, all we did was took the property from Zillow.com. We took it into PropStream.com. We took it into TruePeopleSearch.com. And we got on the phone to get our seller to agree to a number. If we get her to agree to a number, that's it. That's all. Then you go and find your buyer. You can list it on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You can make signs. You can put it in a newspaper. You can do whatever you need to do, because you only have the contract for a certain date. Now, guys, if any of this made sense to you, or if you need more questions answered, click the link in the description, schedule a discovery call, and let's get on the phone and answer those questions. I want to see you win. I want to see you get to the capital by doing this method. The middleman method has changed my life. I am open to mentorship if that's something that you need. All you have to do is click it in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next video.